And we are live, which means I can say welcome to everybody watching here tonight at RPM Esports F1. We are watching tonight's preseason race in low gear with Canada as the track for tonight's race. It seems like a bit of a cloudy weather so far, but no serious conditions at the moment. We see one of the first cars coming out, and I believe it's Rusty Oil Can. I'm not sure. Yes, it is. And it is Rusty. Joined on track and going for the first car to be on a lap. We see Benjamin in the pit lane on the medium tires. Also, Goo just went out of the pit lane in the Williams car to do his first lap. Let's stay on Rusty Oil Can for a moment in the McLaren to see what his first hot lap is going to be. As he's now going for the last corners of sector 2. And then onto the long straight after the very slow hairpin here in Canada. Brian, good to see you in chat. Welcome, and hope you enjoy tonight's commentary and stream, as we are still on board with Rusty Oil Can in the McLaren. My co-commentator is currently still in the pit box checking out the weather conditions of the race. And he will join me shortly. As Rusty Oil Can now goes for his first lap. He's on the soft tire, taking a quite a nice line here. It's easy to invalidate in that section of the track, but he seems to be doing a great job at the moment, as he's now on his way to the end of sector 2, and he will be setting a purple sector as well, of course, there, as he's the first car on track. In the meantime, my co-commentator joined us from the pit lane and is now in party. How are you doing, Boris?
Hello. Good evening to everybody.
And yeah, Boris is first time in the commentary seat. Hope he will do his best for tonight's entertainment in low gear division stream. Can someone in chat please confirm for me, Boris, is his audio
have to talk a bit so they give you feedback on that.
Yeah, let's see if his audio is alright. So okay. Boris, tonight's race in Canada, low gear division, what are your predictions on this track?
Predictions, since there's no Percy here tonight, I'm betting on let's say Marco. Marco has a great pace here on this track, and I think he can do low 1.9s or maybe even less than that, faster than that.
Well, that would definitely be a pole position time for Marco then. So let's see if he can come up with his predictions and get that pole position time, as Jamies actually took the pole position time at the moment in the Alpine car with a 1.97, and his teammate is not far behind him.
Cosmo.
And Cosmo actually took it in the Red Bull, and he's 4 tenths up to Jamies in the Alpine, and that's the current pole position for him. Now on board with Sinful in the Mercedes, who's on an out lap. So let's switch to Kron, who's actually on a hot lap in the Alfa Romeo. One Wing actually joined us in stream as well, saying hi Boris and good luck to all fellas on track, shouting for the Aston Martins. And so far Kron is looking quite good. Oh, he missed
he hit the wall. He hit the wall exiting the S chicane.
And that's no front wing for him, so no time for him as well. Let's see what our other cars are, and let's switch to the Aston Martin for One Wing, who is now Going for the last chicane into the wall of champions. Oh, and it's a spin. Yes, and that's a spin. And no front wing left for the Aston Martin as well in the last corner, which is a shame. And that means no really compatible time as well. The other Aston Martin just went over the finish, just behind his teammate. And let's see what he's gonna do. It's West Boy 7 in the other Aston Martin, setting a purple sector 1 for the first lap in his qualifying session.
Yeah, that's a great lap from Cosmo. This will be a tough lap to take off the pole position.
Yeah, definitely. It will be a hard challenge to take Cosmo off that pole position now, but if what you say is right, Marco can definitely do it.
Yeah, we did practices together the last couple of days, so I know he's a beast on this track. I think this is his favorite track, so we should expect some top 3 results here from him if all goes to plan.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is definitely a track that needs to fit your driving based on the fast track. It's a very short track, of course, and quite some fast corners, but also 2 really slow ones. As we are now on board with Rosebeach actually in the Haas, who's currently not on a lap, setting his first lap now on the soft tire.
Yeah, I will quietly root for him since I'm driving the Haas this season. So
yeah,
I won't say it out loud, I just said it, so
there's some constructors buddies going on here. He's actually on the purple sector, but then invalidated his lap, so that's no time for him this lap for as he's now probably saving fuel. But Benjamin Cardiff is also in the Haas and is also on a lap. Takes quite a nice strong line there. Didn't set a purple sector though, and he did set a purple sector. So we did see quite some first purple sectors. If he can keep this pace up, maybe he can also take the pole position. At least top 3 maybe. I think this is also one of the drivers you should definitely keep an eye on. As he's now going into the hairpin and onto the back straight of Canada. It's a really long straight with a long DRS zone. So definitely expect some overtakes here. Now into the last chicane with the wall of champions and see what his lap time's gonna be. It's a nice line there. It's 1:97 and he joins the P3 position as CDR Masquetta actually took P2 in the Ferrari. Oh, and Marco, there he is.
Yeah, second place, not bad.
Out of the blue, I didn't even notice he was on a hot lap. But yeah, there he goes. It's P2 for him, and it looks like Kron joined him in P4. So that's good looking for the Alfa Romeos. But still, still we have Cosmo on pole position with a 10th between him and the car behind, and we got a yellow flag.
Yeah, top 7 guys are just within 4/10 of a second, so should be interesting in the race later.
Yeah, should definitely be interesting if it keeps it like this. Okay, so for a quiet moment there, I needed to sneeze 2 times in a row. So it's a yellow flag again, but it's for a car slowing down to let other cars past. As we are on board with Deck, who's actually trying to send in a lap in his Aston Martin. And Pratik actually joined us in chat as well, saying he will be Cosmo's engineer for tonight. Well, good luck to Cosmo for that one then.
Haas has just posted a great lap, 19.3 and
Oh wow,
second
yeah,
place.
he did.
Yep.
And
great
that's
lap.
really close behind Cosmo though. So Haas is definitely challenging the Red Bull in front of him.
Yep.
Benjamin in the meantime in chat as well. Keep your eyes on track, man. I know you're in the pit lane, but focus on the race. Focus on the race. Rosebeach in the meantime sending a new lap in. He invalidates here, but is he on the out lap? So that's no shame for that. Yeah, for now he does seems to be quite comfortable on those soft tires.
Yeah, nobody trying on mediums.
No, which is quite surprising to me. I think it's pretty easy to do the well, it's doable to do the mediums here. It does cost you quite some time, but if you can grab the top 10 with the medium tire, I think you can definitely be in a big advantage.
Anything on the strategy for the race? Maybe 1 stop, 2 stops. What is best? I know I raced yesterday with a Monday night practice run that we do, but it was interrupted by safety cars and rain and everything, so I cannot
Well,
say
one
it
of the
from my
safety cars
point of view.
might be a bit caused by me, but that on the side. Normally it is a two-stopper for Canada. I think fastest way to go is soft, medium, but I don't think you can last the softs that long if you have used 2 stints. Then again, the mediums aren't that much slower. I feel like the soft tire. So soft, medium is definitely a possible thing as well.
Yep.
Maybe even if you can last the mediums long enough, go for 2-stop with a medium soft. But
I'm betting that someone will do a 1-stop using only softs and mediums if everything goes to plan without safety cars, but that's too much to ask. This is a specific track for cutting the corners and ending up in the wall a little bit.
Yeah, Wall of Champions normally causes a lot of victims. Rosebeach is one of those victims as he keeps invalidating his lap, and I really know how that feels like. Track limits are a really pain on this track, and he spins around now. With Sinful coming as well. Oh, he's a bit far away, so shouldn't be a problem. The Mercedes driver did set a lap so far as well.
You got 4 S chicanes here on this track, so it's let's say logical to be getting warnings, too much warnings.
Yeah, for sure. I think the second chicane is one of the hardest ones.
Yeah, and they're all pretty fast. They're not like in Monza when
they're
when
really,
you have
really
to brake
fast.
to 80 or 100 kilometers per hour and make them all right. But it's pretty fast chicanes, so
yeah, the corners can definitely mess up your race. As the chicanes, of course, as you said as well, they're pretty fast, so it's easy to get a warning there and stack up some penalties. But also the hairpin, it's easy to outbrake yourself in the hairpin and shoot just straight and lose quite some positions if you're in battling it out. Quite some guys viewing the stream now, as we have Richie shouting for Ferrari, of course. No doubt about that. And Spritzy saying he misses his low gear buddies. Spritzy is the coordinator of low gear normally, but he has a short holiday this week.
Yeah, we will let him blow out some steam and
Yeah.
do his fishing.
Yeah, we'll give his time fishing, and then next week he will grab them all.
Yeah.
Sinful actually did set a lap this time, and it's a 1:12.7 in the Mercedes on the soft tire, so that's not the lap I think he wanted it to be, but he did set a time at least, and let's see if his race pace could be a bit better. So far all cars on track did set a lap, and I think Haas, no, he invalidated, and so did Cosmo with 2 minutes left.
Benjamin is finishing his lap. Could be a good one.
Oh, and he
Just
improves.
a tenth better.
Yeah, he improved, but no position for him. Still
One
P7.
tenth more, and he would be 3 positions up.
Yeah, it's really close behind there.
That's nice.
Like, so far, everything is really close, except for Sinful, of course, but that's no shame. I do know, I believe, he drives no assist at all. So, new game, no assist, can be tried tricky.
I know Marco is doesn't use any assists, not even the racing line, so it's terrible.
Really decent job from him then.
Yeah, good job from him. He's a hardcore racer.
Yeah, definitely a respectful race between RPM, but then again, so are all our drivers within the league, and Spritzy actually hoping Haas will take the win for Team Alpine. The constructors theory already making quite some impressions, everybody shouting for their own team, which is nice, of course, getting some competition within the league.
Yeah. Haas is finishing his lap. Up and down.
Oh, that's so close. It did seem like a really decent lap though. He can still do another one, but I don't know how he is on fuel.
Marco is just going to... yeah, 2 seconds before the end. He will start another lap. EDR Mesquita is finishing his lap and goes to 4th place.
Yeah, nice one for him. Benjamin last lap,
Benjamin,
and he improves P4.
Yeah.
That's a really good drive from the Haas driver here. And let's see if Rosebridge... And Rosebridge skips to P11. So at last he did set a lap in. And that brings him just outside the top 10. Haas is now on the back straight, but he is up on time. Maybe he can prove in the last corners, but it doesn't seem like it. Oh, and he does, and Haas is going for the pole position, jumping over Cosmo with a tenth of a second, and
that
that's
was
an amazing lap.
Last sector.
And now we get Marco on the last corner. Oh, and that's into the wall of champions.
He wanted too much there.
He was a bit over the limit there, but still he's in P3, so that's an amazing lap from him. And we got quite some battling in front and in the back of the track. So Haas in the last lap of qualifying took pole position away from Cosmo in the Alpine and takes first position, and Cosmo is just behind there in a Red Bull. Then we got Marco in the Alfa Romeo on P3 and Benjamin on P4. Behind there the times are really close behind each other, and so far I think this is going to be an amazing battle until P12. It's all within a second on P2. P1, excuse me for that.
Top 6, 3/10 of a second. That's
Yeah, that's
that's
insane.
a good recipe for the race.
Yeah, that's an amazing sight to see, and let's hope weather conditions keep it clean as
Yeah, we
well.
don't have info on that still, right? On the weather.
No, I didn't see anyone hopping in. Let me just confirm it.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh, it's
Good
pretty
weather.
sunny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But then again, that can just
Yeah, they
switches
can
over.
switch and change.
No, no confirmation on weather so far. But that's okay.
From my perspective, when you have rain, you tend to cut less the corners. So that's just my perspective.
Yeah, weather definitely improves
You don't push
driving.
so much, and you can.
No, for sure.
It's a bit slower through the corners, and you can position yourself better for the corner entry and exit and everything.
Yeah, I think you'll be a bit more cautious when it's weather conditions.
Oh yeah,
Um, with
definitely.
wet, at least. Okay, so I won't be showing any telemetries or stuff. I want some clean footage of the race in front. We do have the tire selection up, and it's softs for only. No, it's only 2 mediums for tonight's race. At the start, it's gonna be Rosebeertje and Gooey on the medium tires. Both Williams drivers actually starting behind each other, so maybe there will be some battling between teammates there. And Haas is definitely excited about the race, and it already makes a big gap on the formation lap. Evil Master is in the meantime on chat as well, checking it out with his really good friend Property at the moment. They're inseparable, those two. As Haas is already at the start and the rest of the grid is still on his way. And that's a good point. One wing. His tires might be a bit cold at the start, yeah, but knowing Haas, he will definitely find a way to keep challenging the guys behind him. And I won't shush it, Evil Master.
Let's have a clean start and first and second
Let's hope
corner.
of a really clean start, yeah. Yes, I do have the best view on lights with Cosmo. His board. And there we go, engines roaring, and we have lights on any moment now, please. Hey, yeah, there you go. 3 lights on, 4 lights on, 5, and when they are out, we are racing, which should be now, and there we go, and it looks like quite a good start from Cosmo there. Already challenging Haas, but he cuts it in. Oh, and a Ferrari, and it's a Ferrari who crashes with
CDR.
one of the Haas and also an Aston Martin somewhere. And it's Westboy who crashed into the other car, and CDI Musqueta is already out of the race, and we got a safety car already at the start of the race. This is a really weird start. I think Altea just really escaped all the carnage happening in front of him, so he's lucky there. Haas is still leading. Cosmo is not a bit far behind it, and Marco is not that far behind Haas. Well, Cosmo, excuse me. So what happened there at the start?
I don't know, I didn't see it, but one of the possibilities is that someone lost the rear during the start. That happens a lot when you play with no traction control, and one thing led to another, and that's it. You spin right off the start, and the other guy from behind hits you, and maybe that happened. I cannot say.
Yeah, maybe there was some traction control issues there, which means, yeah, really unlucky for Mosquito, who had a really good qualifying, and then ended the race so quickly already. A lot of cars going in already at an early safety car with only 2 laps of the race done yet.
So many
Marco,
people are going into the pits,
yeah,
switching to mediums.
they're all switching to the medium tire, but then again, could it be too early?
I don't know. Probably they expect another one or something. Yeah.
This
I
should
think it's too
definitely
early to go to the mediums, but I don't know. We shall see.
yeah, for sure. We will see what happens. Um, Later in this race, I think some of the cars went also into remove their 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
But the top 3 so far did stay out on the soft tire. And they will definitely might be having an advantage on tire temperature.
Yeah. We could easily see on the restart the top 3 going away from Rose. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Rosebridge is the first car who's on the medium tire, but he started on them, and so did Goose. So those cars might be in a big advantage now, being in P4 and 5, if they can keep their pace on one line. But yeah, that's early safety car, and in the meantime, while we have the safety car, we are going to the pre-season press room. A pre-race press room, where our low gear coordinator Spritzy asked a few questions about well, tonight's race, and some questions about constructors already. So let's get a few of the questions out. The first question was, what do you think are your chances in the main season for Constructors Championship based on you and your teammate? And let's see. Rosevich actually was one of the guys who reacted on it and says, I don't want to be overestimated, so I'm hope for a top 5 position. So far he's looking good on P4. Then again, some other guys reacted as well. Also Marco reacted, saying Kron and me got this one. So they are definitely excited about season and confident about taking constructors in low gear. Rusty Oil Can saying gravel trap and I will rock the cash bar.
That's an old song from the Clash.
Then another question they got asked while we are still on the safety car. Your race finish predictions and why? Marco said, avoid other cars when they spin so I can finish. Finally. Well, he's still in P3, so he's looking good on that.
Yep.
Rusty said, if I can avoid other mistakes and avoid my own, my goal is top 10. He's on P10 at the moment, so his goal is clear at this point of the race. And Kron said, don't know, I didn't drive Canada in 21. The game yet. So he's on his debut on Canada tonight. Kron in P9. So no, really, not really a concern for him so far.
For Kron, I just did the 5 lappers with him just prior to the race. On the other tracks, no Canada.
Yeah, this is the driver in view now in the Alfa Romeo. I personally hope, of course, Marco and Kron will do their best, as they are driving the Alfa Romeo, and so am I. But then again, we won't be shouting for our constructors out loud. I hope safety car actually goes in this lap, but it doesn't seem like it, as the lights are still on.
I think he's staying another lap.
Yeah, he is, which is a shame.
And weird a bit.
It's quite a long safety car, yeah, for the beginning of the race. But how do you feel about yourself on this track?
Ooh, terrible. I have to admit, this is one of my toughest tracks with all the fast chicanes. Since I'm playing on the controller, it's a bit tough for me. So I'm not expecting much from from this race, but I'll give my best when the time comes.
Yeah, for sure. And well, pre-season of course this week. Low gear are a step closer to real season than us, but then how do you feel about your season? Are you excited about the season?
Of course I'm excited, but I'm not expecting much. I know there are fast guys in high gear, and let's say 10 of them are faster than me on a regular basis. So I will try my chances from midfield or behind and have clean races and not too many warnings and penalties. And that's my strategy for the season, and help out my teammate who is much faster than me in any way that I can, any fair way that I can. So
Yeah.
that's all I expect, and some good racing without too many incidents.
Yeah, for sure, man. And how about expectations on low gear drivers?
As it stands right now, looking at the qualies, that's my prediction for the season. Maybe Kron a bit higher, but as you said, he didn't practice it much, so maybe Marco, Haas, Deck, and maybe even Cosmo for the top spots.
Well, as the safety car goes in and Haas is away really early. Rosewich already attacking Marco in the first corner, and but didn't make the overtake. And Haas seems to be away very clear. Oh, and Rosewich actually going into the wall after turn 2. Way too early on the acceleration and lost a piece of his front wing. So he will need to pit again, which is a shame for him.
In the meantime, Deck has gone to the pits and put mediums on and did his 5-second penalty in the pits. I don't know, something happened just before the restart. He got 5 seconds hit from behind or something like that, and he decided to go to the pits. Ooh, there's a big battle for 8th place here.
Yeah, and we got one for P3 as well, as Yamis just took Gu away from his P3 position and is now on his way to Marco, but Gui is definitely not giving up so far. And yeah, indeed, Westboy is battling it out with Spring. And who's the car? Altea actually joining these cars as well.
Yeah.
It's a three-way battle, and as they now go to the Wall of Champions on the back straight. And who's that in the way? It's Benjamin, I think. No, it's not Benjamin. It's Rosewich. No. Who was that? Oh, it's an Alfa Romeo. It's Kron, actually. Oh, Kron crashed somehow. And somewhere, missing a front wing. And needs to let all these guys pass on the straight. But it's definitely some battling in the middle of the pack. As we are now switching to Cosmo, who is behind GUI 1.2 second, and actually closing in every time.
Haas has now made a mistake. He hit the wall a bit, but I don't think he has damage. So Marco is on his tail, very close to him.
And he is indeed.
Ooh,
Oh,
buddy.
and Haas is going in, so I do think he has damage. And there goes Marco now for the lead, as Haas also takes a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which doesn't help.
Haas is coming from the pits. He didn't have a damaged wing. He just changed to new mediums.
Oh, he just
So
made a...
that was an interesting call.
Yeah, that's a strategy call then for the Alpine driver here. Also, Kron is going in, but he has no front wing, so he will definitely replace that one. Let's see what Yamis, GUI and Cosmo can do. Cosmo is really closing in on GUI at the moment. And this can be an interesting part of the track for Cosmo in the Red Bull. And there he goes already, side by side, and Cosmo is through clean on the inside and didn't leave enough space for GUI to cross back, and that gives Cosmo his P3 position, and he's only one position away now from his starting position. But Yamis is really on the tail of Marco at the moment, and I think those softs are wearing out, as Yamins is only 6/10 behind the pole position driver. Deck is actually crashed out and is the wrong way on track. I don't think he damaged.
Oh, Haas has spun.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh wow, well, the start of the race didn't really took out as he wanted it to be for the pole position qualifier.
Yeah, after a great quali from him, everything seems to be going backwards in the race for him.
Yeah, he had a really good start as well.
Marco has spun and
Marco.
DNF.
Oh, and into the Wall of Champions, I think. I think he spun out on the Wall of Champions and then hit the other side of the track. That's so unfortunate for the driver here. Luckily, he's... Oh, and it's a safety car again.
Yeah, the curves are devastating on this game, so...
Yeah, they're like ice.
You either have to know at all times what are you doing, or just try to avoid them, or lift off the throttle a bit more, or...
So for the guys,
which is what I do, just to finish the race. You have to.
I think you can better avoid them indeed, and see how it turns out. For the guys who went in, Benjamin is now on the hard tire, Kron is on the hard tire, and so is Sinful. Those guys will be looking to finish the race, which should be possible on 25 laps left, right?
Yeah, I think yes. It's a possibility, definitely, but these hards are not that good here. So I've heard.
Now the pace, I think the pace on the hards isn't really good, but then again, yeah, you can last until the end, and I think 25 laps on the medium tires will be a hard one, as Deck actually got disqualified.
What happened there?
I have no idea. Maybe it's possible to check race director for you. See why Deck got disqualified.
Yeah. Incidents.
Yamis is on some hard tires.
He's got parked in a dangerous location. Disqualification for deck.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Yep. Maybe on the exit of the pits that can happen when you stay on the in the pit exit for too long, letting other drivers to go through. If you stand there for 5 or 10 seconds or 5 seconds longer than you should, he disqualifies you automatically or something like that.
Yeah. I don't think the
maybe
game
he
is...
just parked on the racing line somewhere and didn't move, and who knows.
Yeah, well, weird way to get disqualified for sure. And I think the game didn't give him a lot of time. Maybe he spun out as well, and the game didn't give a lot of time to reset the right way to track. Marco actually joined us in chat saying all is well, and I'm happy. I'm happy for that, man. It looked like a really hard crash for you.
Yeah, shame. This is his track, and I think he wanted to show that he's got pace here. I mean, he showed it in quali and at the start of the race, but obviously he went a bit too hard on the curbs or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. He proved his pace on Canada, no doubt about that. And Barker actually joined us in stream as well, saying hards is now the best strategy to drive on. Yeah, definitely possible. I have no idea. I personally didn't drive the hards ever on Canada. So.
Ever in your whole life?
Like, yeah, I didn't drive it. I rarely drive the hard tire, because I can't get those tires on temperature, like no track at all.
Yeah, I had a feeling every time I chose the hards in race that they start working after 5-6 laps, and on the 10th lap of hard tires, they are working excellent, and you can drive 20-30 laps on hard tires on the old game, on the previous game, and you won't I don't know how to say that, but you won't lose any time. I did a personal best on the 26th lap of hard tires on one track. I think it was Hungary. So they are exactly the same from start to finish until they flat out or something. Yeah. So they are good, but they are pretty slow. So it's not for all.
Yeah, well,
I think we are having a restart now. Right?
Rarely. Oh yeah, we do have a restart, and Cosmo decides to go late, and it doesn't surprise anyone behind him. And we already got a battle, but there's contact, and it's Gooey who hit the back of Spring, and is now missing an end plate. And as we all know, on 21, missing any downforce is crucial. Rusty Oil Can already looking for the gap to overtake the Williams in front of him, as Gooey already hit it the wall a bit, and he now makes space for all the cars behind him, also for his teammate here. And now in this Haas sandwich. Oh, and well, Rosevich. Oh, and that's yellow flag again.
Yamin has spun.
Oh yeah. Oh, and he's on a really dangerous part of the track.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like to be having a lot of damage though. Maybe some rear wing damage, which isn't really visible on stream. But the safety car is really interesting, as we got battles all over the place. And in the meantime, it's Rusty Oil Can on the closest one, as he is right on the tail of Westboy, who's on 6 lap old soft tires. And Rusty Oil Can actually having no problems keeping up on those hard tires.
Rick, but look at Haas is in P2 now. After all what happened in the race, he's battling with Cosmo for P1 now. So this will be interesting.
He's like a really sneaky driver. I didn't even
Yeah,
notice
yeah.
him coming up all the way to P2 already. And slamming in a gap of 2.3 seconds as well. And oh, Westboy having some troubles on those soft tires. Having some wheel spin on the back. And Altea and Rusty Oil Can both looking for the moment they can just slam in that nose and take the position away from him. Benjamin is really close behind those two cars. They will also be looking for joining this battle out. And oh, and there's contact, and Benjamin on the back of Altea, I believe. And that's a position lost for him. Declan actually joined us in the chat saying he got disconnected and then came back, was disqualified. Now that's a really unlucky way to end a race. So unlucky for you, mate. Property, can we see ERS, please? No, just go to drivers streams.
I think it's just a matter of time since Haas gets his chance for P1 against Cosmo. He has 80% battery.
So yeah, now on the inside of Rusty. And no, he doesn't want to make the gamble. And I think he did well not going for the gap there. Switching to Haas on the tail of Cosmo. Those two are really looking for each other.
Get the job done now.
And that's a DRS open. Let's switch to the onboard cam. It's the outside line. And it's done. Cosmo does defend, but is lost in the fight and is now on to P2. He keeps it close behind though. Oh, Westboy actually overtook Sprink as well and is now on P3 in the Aston Martin. And the midfield is actually really still battling it out between each other. And in the back there are some cars going in for a new front wing. But the main concern is here in the midfield of the pack with Kron, Altea, Rusty and Sprink.
Rick, the top 4, I am 100% sure that they have to pit one more time. So watching Rusty and Kron in P5 and P7 is Rusty P4 now. They are contenders for the win here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not really sure about Haas though, being on 9 lap mediums now. But Cosmo will definitely need to pit again on 15 lap old mediums, and Westboy is now on 10 lap old soft tire. So yeah, he will stop again.
Yeah, but Haas, that will 17, 18 plus 9. That's 27 laps on mediums. I don't think that's possible.
Well, you
maybe I'm wrong.
Drive,
maybe I'm wrong.
You always drive like 100 laps on a soft tire, so.
Yeah. Who knows?
You're like those tires are dead 10 times, and you still drive on them. So maybe Haas can do this on the medium tire. And we all know listening to Jeff isn't always the right decision.
Yeah. Trust yourself first, then Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the midfield of the pack is still really close. Oh, and Rosevich having quite some trouble. Keeping it on track, almost hit the wall again. Just at the moment we switch to him, so there might be a commentator curse as well.
Westboy is in the pits, probably for mediums. No, he's putting softs again. How many times is he gonna pit?
Oh, Rusty is actually in P3 as Westboy goes in, and he goes softs again indeed.
Yeah, 18 laps, that's not possible on softs.
Oh, Altea grabbing a 3-second penalty. Grun taking a 3-second penalty, as we will watch the penalties at the moment. Haas is 5 seconds penalty, but he needs to pit again if Brian is right. All the cars on medium tire will need to pit again, he says. So Rusty is at this point potential P1. Cosmo has 3 seconds. Actually, only car on track without any penalties are the Mercedes, Sprink and Sinful. But at the moment, Sprink won't have a big advantage on the penalty from Grun, as he's 2 seconds behind, so he will only jump 1 position, and Sinful has no advantage in no advantage of the cars in front of him with penalties. And there's quite some close contact between Rusty and Grun, but no damage between the cars. So they're still battling it out. Feral Fury joined us in the meantime as well. Welcome, mate. And saying interesting strat from Westboy, and I think we are all really curious what he's planning on this new set of soft tire.
I don't think Jeff called him in and said we're gonna put you on softs on lap 17. I don't think that's the issue. That's his decision. I
have no idea. But he started on the softs as well. Did he actually? Yeah, he did switch to the medium tires in the second safety car. So
Rusty and Kron with the best chance to win, but
they're battling it out here.
Yep.
Oh, and Rusty going for a deep one to defend, cutting the corner with it. And Cosmo is now in the pit lane, actually replacing a front wing as well. So that will cost him some time, and there goes Kron.
Oh, I think that one's on Rusty a bit.
I just missed it. I saw Kron
wanted
drifting.
To go deep and lightly caught Kron, so
yeah, so that's definitely one to discuss after the race. Might be a bit hard defending from Rusty Oil Can. Sprink in the meantime is in P5 on 18 lap old medium tires. And closing in on Krun. His tires will definitely be heated up, so I'm curious about his tire wear now. But we don't have a TAST elementary system yet, unfortunately. And the gaps are starting to form a bit, but Cosmo found Westboy here, and it's actually really overtaking the Aston Martin here, as Westboy is on a soft tire and Cosmo on the mediums. Westboy doesn't give up though,
and
it's yellow.
To see how much can he.
Is it Haas? And it was Haas. Did he get damage? It doesn't seem like he had damage, but he spun out again. And he's really having a hard troubles on the second chicane.
Yeah. Shame for the spin. Without the spin, my money is on Haas for this race, since he will be pitting for softs soon in maybe a lap or 3 laps maybe.
He might be pitting for softs, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna do 27 laps on the mediums. That's overkill.
Yeah, might be a bit too much, huh?
Yeah. Maybe not for Altea, but 27 laps. A bit too.
Oh, and Westboy now making the attack on Cosmo again. And Cosmo going for a late break. Is he looking for a switchback?
Ooh.
No. It was slightly contact there maybe.
I think he's
on
good.
the rear of Westboy, but no damage as we can see.
That's the only fight in the race for now.
Yeah, and further down the grid, everything is actually making a gap between each other. Rosebeach is on his medium tires, and Gooey's on the hard tires. In the back, Haas is actually looking quite good in P1, and is going in now. Altea decides to continue on his medium tires. Rusty Oil Can now overtakes Haas. Kron takes Haas as well. Haas dropping back to P7 maybe. Oh, Westboy spun out on the last corner, and that's quite close for
Haas
Yamis.
took the mediums.
Oh, and that's an interesting side. So
Yeah,
he did
maybe.
went for the soft medium.
Yeah.
He kept his strategy from beginning on, and let's see how it pays off for him at the moment. With his teammate in front of him.
Cosmo is really close and he's getting the job done here.
On Spring.
On Spring.
And that's a position again for Cosmo, and will now be looking for P3 entry.
Yeah, but Spring behind him will attack back now. He has 80% ERS and now DRS, so no, he's too far away.
Haas is actually looking quite good on the pace with those medium tires, and Cosmo is taking off to Spring, and there comes Yamis already. And can Spring lose another position here? Oh, and that's a really good exit here. But not a way to overtake. And Haas actually joined his teammate in this battle. And maybe they can help each other out here. Getting both the Alpines on the podium. As the gaps are that big.
Ooh,
Oh, and that's a double overtake. Haas taking P5 away from Spring and his teammate. Yamin's actually taking P6 now, and Spring lost 2 positions on 1 bell. Got a bit squeezed there by both the Alpines, I guess.
Yeah, Spring went in too deep a bit and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's definitely some great teamwork here, and Haas is now on his way to follow Cosmo here, and he has no penalties, of course, as he let his 5 seconds penalty removed in pit lane, and already closing in 2/10 to Cosmo. Yamis actually doing a great job keeping his car within a second on his teammate, giving him DRS as well. Oh, but he grabbed a 3 second there. And now both the Alpines are closing in on the Red Bull here.
Altea is in the pit.
Oh, and let's see where he's gonna drop to. And Rusty Oil Can now on P1. Kron will be taking P2. Cosmo currently still at P3. And both the Alpines will take him as well. So Altea will drop back to P6.
Sixth place, yes.
Yeah. P6 as Benjamin couldn't make it in time to overtake him.
Ooh, but he will be fast now.
I'll tell you, I did went for the soft tires. 9 laps to go, so that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Bryant
great first 6 laps and then a bit of struggling.
Yeah, for sure. But then again, it's...
Oh, Cosmo is out of the race.
No. Oh, and he is out of the race. What happened? Where is the car? Where is the car? Oh, there is the car. And he's on the exit.
That's a terrible chicane here.
Yeah, really, really annoying. And that's really unfortunate for the Red Bull driver, who was doing an amazing job here.
Safety car.
Oh, that's a late one. And might be interesting for the cars on the soft tires now.
Yeah, they will definitely be happy about that, since the guys in front of them on hards and mediums will probably go in and put new softs.
Yeah,
and they will move up the order.
Kron and Rossi will actually be like sitting ducks now on the front of the pack. Haas might be able to keep a gap on the cars behind him, but everybody goes for the soft tire except Westboy. He goes for the medium tire. New set of mediums.
Yeah, his his decisions today are questionable, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea why he took the mediums. I really can't answer that question.
Yeah, lap 17 he chooses to go for softs. Lap 27, 7 to go, he chooses mediums. So
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done the same. Yeah.
In the first safety car, he did pit for the medium tire, right?
Yeah.
So he it's not like he needed to pit for the mediums again.
I really don't know if Rusty and Kron is in the pit now. Kron is pitting for new softs. Rusty stayed.
Totally right.
Us stayed on the mediums.
Well, at least now we got some interesting battles to see. I feel sorry for Rusty though.
Yeah.
It was only a few seconds. He passed the pit lane and then the safety car came out. So. But yeah, this will be getting a sprint race now.
Yeah.
Guessing the safety car will go on for another lap since Sinful didn't rejoin yet.
Yeah, Haas will probably have no difficulties on overtaking Rusty, but when he does that, can he defend from all the guys with softs behind him?
Yeah, good question. How many pace does he have left in that hard tires? As the safety car now goes in and Rusty decides to restart, and I'm really curious to see what he's planning on the last 7 laps, 6 laps actually, of the race. And he goes early, as it seems.
Ooh.
No, he doesn't. Oh, and that made a big carnage. Actually, everybody expecting Rusty to go, and he didn't go.
Man,
and that made a huge carnage on track, with only 6 cars left. So, Yeah, I really don't think this was quite a good decision.
No. Rusty has made a big error here, and this is how you shouldn't restart after the safety car. You should
No,
leave
definitely not.
more room between yourself and the safety car, and when safety car comes in, you have to pace it that safety car gets to the finish line first than you. So he
Yeah.
obviously didn't make a good decision about it, and that has ruined many races today.
That has ruined the race for a lot of drivers here. As we finish with 5 drivers, I guess. And I think Rusty will lose his podium position as he now takes a lot of damage as well. So Sprink will definitely take that podium away, but look at all the carbon on the track.
You know what? I think Sprink will win this race since he hasn't got a penalty, and the guys in front have 9 and 8 seconds
Oh,
penalties.
that's a really good. I really didn't notice it.
Yep. And
Oh
Sinful
wow,
is
even
going
Sinful can skip a few
to
positions.
second or third place maybe. But having said that, Sprink has lost his car a bit and lost about second and a half now on the chicane. So who knows?
There goes Rusty to P5 now as Sinful overtook him as well. And yeah, Sinful actually might have a go for P2 now. No, he won't be having P2 as I have no idea actually. My math is really bad now.
Yeah, who knows? There's still five laps to go, so
yeah, of
maybe
course.
Ben and Gooey collect more warnings and penalties. Maybe Sinful gets, so we will know in 5 laps.
We will know at 5 laps, and it does seem like Benjamin is on the right pace to finish this race as it is. And Gooey looking quite strong still on P3, and Rusty decided to retire in the pit lane, and I think that's a sportsmanship part. So 4 cars left, and I have really no words left for what happened here today. At least we do finish a race.
Well, there's still 4 laps, so who knows?
Maybe there's coming some really nice battles between.
Maybe you and me will be the winners today. Who knows?
I think we deserve to be the winners for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't make any mistake.
Yeah. A little bit of humor. But Sprink is losing time to Gooey and Benjamin. I don't know why.
Yeah, he is, but then again, Gooey and Benjamin have 9 and 8 seconds of penalties, so...
Yeah, but Sprink is already 7 seconds behind Benjamin, who has 9 second penalty, so he's losing about a second and a half per lap.
For Mercedes, it seems to be a really good day.
Yeah. Not bad. Starting from behind and not getting in the mix of all others and with the incidents and all.
No, just keeping it clean, both Mercedes, no penalties, and just done their job, and I think they had a lot of luck. But then again, racing is about having luck as well.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I do see some discussions in the chat, and as staff of RPM and head commentator here tonight, I am sure Rusty didn't do it on purpose. I think he made a weird call for himself as well, and in my opinion, I think he retired in the pit lane as a mind of sportsmanship and accepting the fact that he made a big mistake, and luckily for all the drivers, it's still pre-season.
Oh, Spring has spun again.
Oh yeah, I see. And his teammate is coming up now, and that's Sinful now to P3.
Yeah.
And there the action. Still an overtake done with only 4 cars on track. And Gui actually found the pace to close up to Benjamin. Gui actually keeping it on the 1.3. I think he's trying to close in within a second, which means he will keep his P2 position. Actually, he will take P1 position, as Sinful is 13.1 seconds behind, and we got the 1 and 2 position battling it out here now. And I'm really proud of everybody spamming in the chat, as that is really good for the RPM YouTube algorithm. We also have 11 viewers still left, so after that big carnage, I think that's a good percentage, as we are now entering the last lap, and Gui didn't find the pace at the moment to close in a lot on Benjamin, which means Benjamin will take the win as it is for now, as he doesn't make any mistakes. It's easy to make a mistake at the last lap, of course.
Well, I can start my celebration. A Haas driver is going to win today.
Yeah. You guys taking the points here now, yeah.
Yeah, it's still pre-season, but it's a good showing of what can happen.
It's a little party in the Haas pit box after the race.
We'll be celebrating.
Yeah, for sure. Champagne all over. And Benjamin is now actually going for the back straight, and have a fair gap on the P2 position. And if he doesn't make any mistakes in the last corner, which he doesn't, he will be winner of tonight's race for the Haas team. And there goes Gui for Williams at P2. Sinful will be taking P3 for the Mercedes, and his teammate Spring will close it up behind him on P4. Really thanks for everybody watching here tonight at the race, as we watch Spring now finishing the race. Boris, I hope you enjoyed your first commentary job for RPM.
Yes, I did. Thank you for having me, and we hope tomorrow, mid-gear, a little more of them will finish the race, and we'll have some good fights and less safety cars.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for you, man, for hopping in on the co-commentary seat.
No problem.
Thanks for everybody watching again, and let's hope to see you all back tomorrow in mid-gear, where we have one of our other staff members, Barker, on co-commentary with, I hope, one of our headcoms, Multi. Have a great evening, everybody, and hopefully see you tomorrow.
Good night.